Iced up. Ice what?
Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out.
So as I've been desperately begging for video ideas on my community tab, I'm sorry for those that have to witness that, but you know, it's the off season, it's rough. The extent of my knowledge is not everything that has ever happened in Saints history, so I gotta keep it fairly modern at the moment and just make some videos about things that are going on within the Saints community right now. So when I ask for video ideas, it's because I literally do not have video ideas. That, and I want to know what you guys want to see, opposed from what I think you guys want to see, because you guys are the viewers. I don't watch the videos, you guys do. So it would be better to appeal to your guys' wants than my wants. So that's why I ask you guys so often. And in one of these tabs about a week ago, a user named Papa Junsi said maybe make a video highlighting the biggest question marks about the team. Like, will Eli Apple play well enough to earn another contract, or will Sheldon Rankins return being the dominant player he was becoming? And you can compare numbers to other players around the league, so on and so forth. I'm going to stick mainly to the question mark portion because that is an extremely good idea. Shout out to you, Papa Junsi. I don't know how I didn't see this comment when you first commented it, but it is a fantastic idea. So this will be a new series if this video does well about Sheldon Rankins. The biggest question marks on the Saints team. The biggest question marks we don't have a lot of holes, but we do have some question marks. And one of the question marks that Papa Junsi listed was the injury to Sheldon Rankins. That's what we're going to be covering today. I want to ask you guys, and I want to give you guys some information to see if Sheldon Rankins will become that one extremely dominant player we seen blow up last year. Will he become that player that we all expected him to be and what we saw him becoming? That's what we're about to answer. We're going to get into that in just a second. Before I start the video, I want to do what I usually do, and I want to thank you guys for all of your amazing support. It has been fantastic over the last couple of months, and I really appreciate it. In 5 months, we have nearly doubled our subscriber count and went up 1,700 subscribers. We had 2,100 subscribers 5 months ago. Now we have 3,800. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. It means the world to me. I will keep making these videos as long as I don't burn out without having ideas. The thing with that is, though, the things I do this offseason, I could replicate offseason and have a formula to survive just with the new updated information, so that'll be good. But with that all being said, let's get into this. Sheldon Rankins is a former Saints first round pick, not a former Saint, but a former Saints first round pick who was picked in round 1 with the 12th pick in the NFL draft. We have, besides this year, we have yet to see first round talent potential. And I don't mean he hasn't been doing his job. I mean he wasn't doing his job to an extraordinary eye-popping level. He was playing very solid and was a productive player nonetheless, but he was not that first round talent you want and expect out of a first round player. But he did show flashes. He did show potential. And this year, he seemed to capture that. Before Sheldon Rankins went ahead and faced an injury during the divisional round versus the Philadelphia Eagles this year, where he ended up tearing his Achilles. He actually ripped his Achilles to shreds. Like, it was bad. He was having a phenomenal, not even really under the radar. He was having a great season, and he was becoming a name in the NFL. He was establishing a name for himself, and he was showing that first-round talent that everybody in the Saints community has wanted to see. He has shown extremely solid progression over the past couple of years, with these being his stats. In 2016, Sheldon Rankins had 20 combined tackles, 4 sacks, 0 interceptions, and 0 yards. In 2017, Sheldon Rankins had 26 combined tackles, 2 sacks, 1 interception against the Buffalo Bills. I'll remember that until the day I die, and 27 yards off that. A big man, Sheldon Rankins, about 300 pounds, took a pass back 27 yards. It was a beauty to watch. In 2018, Sheldon Rankins seemed to explode. He had 40 combined tackles, 8 sacks, and 0 picks. 8 sacks. This is the same year that Sheldon Rankins, even though he was doing it before, established himself as the Shimmy Machine. Sheldon Rankins was doing so good and becoming such a hard-hitting, high-powered name that he had his little shimmy established. He had his own character. It was just exciting to see. We were finally getting another defensive lineman to develop next to Cameron Jordan, and them two were a dynamic duo. They were collapsing opposing offensive lines like it was nothing. They were crumbling them like pieces of paper, but then he tore his Achilles. So Do I think Sheldon Rankins can bounce back from that Achilles injury? Yes and no. I believe that he has the willpower and the talent to come back and play remotely close to what he was playing as last year, but I think this is going to push his development back just a little bit. It'll be a couple of games until Sheldon Rankins gets used to playing with a non-injured, he'll be back in the game after a torn Achilles, and that's never nice. It's one of the worst injuries you can have in football. It'll take him a few games to get used to everything, but once he is, I feel like he's going to produce just as well as he did last year. But that few games where he's iffy trying to get back on his feet might cause an issue for his entire stat line for next year. Do I think that he's going to have 8 sacks? Most likely not. I'm looking more of a 5 or 6 number. We just have to see if he can go back to being that near double-digit defensive tackle that resembled the likes of Aaron Donald himself. Like Sheldon Rankins was really developing into his own. He was becoming an extremely great player, and going into his 4th season, we just have to see if he can fit back into form. It's going to be a big question mark. It is a big question mark. Any player coming back from an injury that serious is a big question mark, but I have faith in Sheldon Rankins. I think with the power of our coaching staff, our medical staff, our players, the charisma, the chemistry without the entire team, Cameron Jordan as his mentor, Malcolm Brown being there to give him some advice, I think Sheldon Rankins could come through this, and I think he can produce just as well as he did the year before. It sucks that he had to go ahead and tear his Achilles. That's the worst injury you could face, or one of the worst injuries you can face as an NFL player. Could really derail some careers, but I don't think Sheldon Rankins will go out sad like that. He will Sheldon shimmy his way right back onto the field and begin producing as he was, like he never left. The thing I love about Sheldon Rankins is how dynamic he is. He's an extremely great run stopper, has shown the ability to drop back into coverage, i.e. the Buffalo Bills and Pittsburgh Steelers game. The Pittsburgh Steelers game forcing a game-winning fumble, and the Buffalo Bills game getting icing on the cake, salt in the wound, interception off of Tyrod Taylor. He has shown the ability to rush the passer at an extremely dynamic level, not having a single season with under 2 sacks. Along with rushing the quarterback and even dropping into coverage at times, Sheldon Rankins has obviously been one of the best run-stopping defensive tackles in the NFL as a whole. It's kind of ridiculous. He's extremely good at his job, one of the best interior linemen you could ask for, and I literally would not trade him for the world. Sheldon Rankins has so much potential to become one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL, even though he already is. If you don't believe how good I think Sheldon Rankins is, you got to look at one of the most harshly graded grading services there is, and that's Pro Football Focus. They rated him good, which is right under elite and high quality, at 81.6 on defense, with both green trophies on run defense and pass rush. So if that doesn't say much, I don't know really how else to put it for you. Sheldon Rankins is one of the best defensive tackles in the league. It's just a big question mark on if he's going to be able to come back and produce. But with all that being said, I want you guys to go ahead and comment what you think about Sheldon Rankins below. Do you guys think that he's going to be able to come back after that Achilles injury and produce as he was before? Let me know. I obviously respond and like and comment to all your guys' stuff. It's important to me, so go ahead and leave comments down below and let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. I will be doing more videos on question marks within our team. I think it's a really good idea, and shout out to the mans that requested that. It's a really good idea, and I appreciate it a lot. I'm going to be asking you guys for a ton of more of ideas in the community tab, so if you want to keep up to date with that, go ahead and keep an eye on that every so often, because I comment on that a lot, trying to get ideas from y'all, because like I said before, it's better to get ideas straight from the people who watch my stuff than the person, aka me, that doesn't watch any of it. So yeah, go ahead and let me know if you want more of these videos, and comment some question marks you want me to cover. Let me know what you think about Sheldon Rankins' situation, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.